I believe that the United Methodist Church is being called in this moment to live into a future in which we care for God's creation rather than profiting from its destruction.
It is so important that the United Methodist Church divest from fossil fuels. Our children, our young people, all who will come after us depend on our renewable energy future.
If we are serious about our commitment to care for the most vulnerable, we have to take seriously the environmental issues facing these communities.
And I support fossil-free UMC as a leading voice in addressing fossil fuel dependency and advocating for more sustainable energy sources that benefit both people and the environment as partners in God's creation.
We know that the effects of climate change has a disproportionately negative impact on the poor and marginalized. Given that we know this, it's imperative that we take action to mitigate the harm done to these vulnerable segments of our society.
And I support divesting from fossil fuel because I don't want to be a part of harming God's creation.
According to the Gospel of John, through him, Jesus, all things were made. As a United Methodist and future leader in the United Methodist Church, if we do not take creation seriously, if we don't take this fossil fuel vote seriously, we are not taking God seriously.
In our social principles, the United Methodist Church affirms that the whole earth is God's creation and that human beings are called to take care of it. When we invest in fossil fuels, we are instead profiting from the destruction of the earth and our neighbors instead of loving them as Jesus called us to do.
When we hurt the environment, we also hurt the least of these.
We have to ask ourselves what Jesus would do in this situation. Would Jesus make money from companies that exploit the poor, that are wrecking God's creation, that have known about climate change for decades, yet spend tens of millions of dollars every year to deceive the public on the issue? If the answer is that Jesus would divest from companies that do these things, we must divest too.
When we do divest from fossil fuels and invest in renewable energy, it tells everyone that we actually stand behind the words that we say. It tells everyone that the words that are social principles and the words that we proclaim from the pulpit are actually things that we live and feel every day.
I think the United Methodist Church should divest from the fossil fuel industry and invest in sustainable and renewable energies that power our churches, our homes, and bring jobs to our communities.
And I support fossil-free UMC because I believe that we need to think more deeply about how our daily actions impact God's creation and God's people.
It is wrong to profit from wrecking God's creation.
For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also.
It's time for the United Methodist Church to divest from fossil